All right, going to talk about Oklahoma quarterback Jackson Arnold. Talk about keys for success for Arnold against Missouri's defense. And here in 2-3 minutes, we are going to look at 5 or 6 throws of Arnold, the type of throws that demonstrate what I think he's going to have to do repeatedly to beat Missouri. So before we talk about Arnold, let's talk about Missouri's defense real quick. Then we'll talk about the keys for Jackson Arnold. So I don't know if Missouri's defense is good or not, if I'm being honest, right? Against the better competition, they haven't played great. Against competition that they are superior to, they look pretty good, right? Now, the one main takeaway I have in watching these games from Mizzou is they have been much better against the passing game than against the rush. I think against the passing game, they're like a top 2 defense in the SEC if you go off yards per game. But again, it's been dependent on the competition, right? So they haven't been great at getting takeaways. I think they're like second to last in the SEC with 5 interceptions. And they haven't been great at sacking the quarterback too, which is good for Arnold and good for a Oklahoma offense. Right now, the easy schedule has helped them out, but against Alabama, they've given up 41 points. Against Alabama, they gave up 34 points. That's, I think, largely due to the fact they had really no offense. And then against A&M, they gave up 41 points. So with that said, I don't think they're a bad defense. I think they can still play, but Oklahoma's definitely played tougher defenses, right? From Ole Miss, Texas, South Carolina, Tennessee. I mean, maybe the best 4 defenses in the SEC, or 4 of the top 5 or 6 defenses in the SEC, Oklahoma has already played. So with that said, let's talk about Jackson Arnold. Let's talk about the keys for success. I got 4 main keys I want to talk about. And then, like I said, we'll dive into some film and look at those type of throws. So my big thing is, can he repeat what he did against Maine? Now, I know Maine's competition is a lot lower than what they have gone up against in the past, what they're going up against this week. But can he repeat that one and also repeat the flashes he showed against Ole Miss? Like, it wasn't a great game by any means, but he played good enough to have them in a position to potentially win. I thought that was more of his coming out party is not the right word to say, but that was more impressive than against Maine. And so I thought Arnold showed a lot of things against Ole Miss. So can he make those flash moments against Ole Miss and do it repeatedly, do it more consistently? I think that is something to keep up with. So the 4 keys: number 1, utilize your legs. We saw that against Ole Miss from quarterback design runs, but also from scrambling a bit and going off script. I think his first touchdown against Ole Miss was a off script scramble that he was able to throw for a TD, right? So that's key number 1. And I think you can do that early to get him comfortable in the game, to get him some success without having to have like a high risk type throw. Key number 2, you are going to have to push to win this game. I think you're going to have a few deep shots. Now, he's only had 6 completions where the ball has been thrown 20 yards or more in the air, right? So can you hit on a few of those? I know it's been tough with the schedule and the injuries, but can you hit on a few of those? A&M was able to hit on a few of them against Mizzou, and they're really able to open up the underneath type passing throws after hitting on a few deep throws. Key number 3, making throws whenever the defense is dropping 7 or 8. The Mizzou is going to probably try to get pressure without having to blitz a ton, right? Try to get pressure bringing 4, like what Ole Miss did. Ole Miss only blitzed 14% of the passing downs against Jackson Arnold. Now, Ole Miss's D-line is a superior D-line, but still, can you make good throws repeatedly whenever you are facing 7 or 8 defenders dropping back in the pass? And then key number 4, would more play action help? I think it would. Now, his numbers haven't been great at play action, but his numbers haven't been great off, really any type of passing category so far this year. But I think play action could help. Last year, Gabriel, I think more than 50% of his passes came off of play action. I know it's a different offense, and there's been a lot of change the past few weeks, but I think more play action could potentially help. This year, only 32% of Jackson Arnold's passes have come off play action. So I do think it could help get the defense out position a little bit, help maybe make some easy throws, settle him down, and then go from there. That's pure speculation on my part. But number 1, going to recap these real quick: utilize your legs as a runner and a thrower. Key number 2, I think you're going to have to hit on a completion or 2, hopefully more, deep throws against Mizzou to win. Key number 3, repeatedly have consistently good throws whenever the defense is dropping 7 or 8. Hopefully that you don't get pressure with only 3 or 4 guys coming. Then key number 4, I think play action could help. So maybe utilizing play action to help set up some throws, right? So with that said, let's go ahead and look at a few clips of Jackson Arnold. Now, it's going to be broadcast footage, so I do apologize. I got to slow it down a little bit. Not the best quality, but I think that's a decent enough job getting the point across. Let's go ahead and check out these clips. Look at some of these Jackson Arnold clips. Majority of these clips would come from the Ole Miss game. Again, broadcast footage, I have to slow it down. I do apologize, but I think there's a good enough job at least demonstrating the type of plays that I think he'll have to make to beat Mizzou. So key number 1 was utilizing your legs. We talked about quarterback design run. This is one of the first plays against Ole Miss, and this is a quarterback design run here. Again, no scramble. Actually, it's a plan. No scramble, just a design run. Let's see. There we go. So I think utilizing his legs early can get you comfortable, and especially if you have some design plays that are in there strategically, I think that can help. So here's a quick quarterback run. We got pulling two offensive linemen that are pulling. He just follows them, gets upfield. I think he gets tripped up here, but it's like a solid 8-yard gain first play for Arnold on this drive. So I think plays like this, now I don't want him to be exposed as a runner the whole game, but I think this can help you get settled in early on. Next clip we'll watch is Jackson Arnold as a runner, but scrambling here. So we're going to see it's a pass play here. He looks downfield. No one's open. They don't get pressure on him. I think almost only bringing 3 or 4. They don't get pressure on him, but he scrambles and ends up picking a first down up on 3rd and 3. Now, this is the same drive. They don't score on this drive. Kind of sucks for Oklahoma here. But he's still able to utilize his legs early in the game. I do think there's something to his legs getting going that helped him get comfortable, or more comfortable in the past games when facing Ole Miss here. So another example of Arnold utilizing his legs, but scrambling and going off script as a runner. The next clip is going to be Arnold scrambling and throwing the touchdown pass to OU's tight end number 10, I believe. OU fans, you can let me know his name in the comments below. I have forgotten his name. We do so much SEC quarterback content, so we don't have all the receivers and tight ends, running backs' names memorized, but definitely got the quarterback content memorized, or quarterback name. So we're going to see Arnold here looking this way first. He scrambles out here and able to throw a touchdown. This tied the game for Oklahoma against Ole Miss early. And like we talked about, Ole Miss only brought 3 or 4 guys the majority of the time. They only blitzed Arnold 14% of his passing plays. Good job by Arnold throwing a touchdown. Almost overthrew him, but good job nonetheless. Good catch by the tight end for a touchdown. So I think these type of plays, utilizing your legs from design and from scrambling, going off script, I think are 2 ways. Obviously, you don't design a scramble, but I think he's going to have to scramble enough to beat Mizzou. All right, next key. Going to have success whenever the defense drops 7 or 8 guys. So we're going to see several of the clips so far, the defense only dropped 7 or 8. And then this clip here, they drop 8. You got a little spy, which I would imagine Mizzou doing some type of spy for Arnold, bringing 3 here. And we're going to see Arnold hits the underneath guy for a first down, so 3rd and 6. This was a good throw in the game. So I think Arnold being able to complete these type of passes, I think, is something that he'll have to do to beat Mizzou. Again, only 14% of dropping back of the passes. Ole Miss blitz Arnold on, and we're going to see again Ole Miss only bringing 4 here. Now this is a play action throw, and we talked about how little or the drop off in play action passes for Arnold this year compared to Dylan Gabriel last year. Is that going to help? I don't know, but I think it's worth trying, right? Like I think that could hopefully get defense out of position. That's what we see here. We see the defense get out of position because of the threat of the run. He crashes in. Notice these 2 backers are within 2-3 yards of the line of scrimmage. So you have so much more open space. You literally got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, 7, 8 yards plus off the ball, right? So you have more space. Good throw by Arnold here. I just think play action could create some more openings for the passing lane in the passing game. So I think it's worth trying, right? And the last key, maybe not the last key, but the last key we'll look at here is I think you're going to have to hit on a few deep shots. Now, again, he only has 6 completions. The ball's thrown 20 yards or more in the air. This is earlier on the season against U of H. Again, it's off play action, right? So off play action here. And we see a deep ball here against U of H. I think on a deep crossing or deep post route here. So a little play action pass. Defense only bringing 4, has a good time in the pocket. Able to throw a nice ball downfield for a big play during the game, right? So I think the main keys, if we're going to recap real quick, let me fast forward to some of the passing plays. Main keys, number 1, utilize your legs. Scrambling off script, but also some design runs for Jackson Arnold. Key number 2, be able to complete passes when they drop 7 or 8, because that's more than likely what they're going to do. Have a spy on you and then drop 7 or 8 guys in the passing lanes. And then utilizing play action, I think it's worth a shot trying to pass more off play action to help you get Arnold comfortable. I think you're going to have to hit in a deep shot or 2 to beat Mizzou. But Oklahoma fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think Jackson Arnold needs to do? We haven't done a ton of Oklahoma quarterback content this season, mainly just because the play hasn't been fantastic, but we love doing Oklahoma content. So if you like that type of stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel, share the video, and let me know your thoughts about Jackson Arnold, what you want to see from him, what you think he needs to do for y'all to beat Mizzou. Thanks for following us along. We'll see you next time. Peace.